Yagumo heaves a deep sigh and looks up at the ceiling. It's all jumbled up. It's like Yugo wrote some of the mails, and someone else wrote the rest. Yeah, I think that's what... I knew it. That's what they were getting at. There's multiple Yugensai Kumashiros. And before Yagumo understands what's going on, she crumbles powerlessly down, like a doll with its strings cut. Hey, Hitoa? Hey, stay with me! What? Hitoa! Hitoa! What? 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 No. No. Huh? But her, like, when it doesn't come, like, in the toilet. On the monitor were the fingerprints they collected from the coffee can and the fingerprints they found from the tin can film. The two were being dragged together before their very eyes. The two gasped at once. A perfect match. Yeah, it totally fits. Mm-hmm. He's a liar! He's a liar, he's a track star. But it's the truth. That's all I can tell you. Gah! Director! Megari calls out Yagumo's name, realizing that he's just about to lunge at Sayama. Her voice just barely suppresses Yagumo's urge to attack the man, and he takes a few deep breaths while glaring at him. Let's go, Megari. Yeah. The two turn their backs to Sayama and leave the room. So, wait. No, because Manabe was filming... they were filming from the... Okay, no. Because I was going to say, wait, was Sayama like the film? But no, Manabe filmed all the scenes from her phone. So that can't be the case. Interesting. But he was a part of it sometime. You know, I'm starting to think, you know what? I think Ryo was the one that got hit by the car. The truck or whatever. You know? And Sayama was like one of the people filming it at that time. At least that portion of the film. Unless that was all staged. Was that all staged? Was that not part of the... I don't know. At Yagumo's room. The intermittent sound of a keyboard being typed on is replaced with silence. After pausing for thought, Yagumo begins tapping the keys again, but after writing a few words, his hand stops. Yagumo taps the delete button, erasing the line he had just typed. The chair creaks as Yagumo leans in full weight against it. I can't focus on the plot at all. Feels like there were so many things I wanted to shoot earlier, but now... God damn it! Yagumo is well aware of why he can't concentrate. He is too preoccupied with the pilot film. But even still, the deadline for submitting the plot is approaching day by day. Yagumo scratches his head, not even trying to hide his annoyance. He then opens the master folder he copied earlier and checks his files inside. Eventually, he finds the file titled Kuramochi's Estate First Day and drags it into the video player program. Hitoa, get Kuramochi and Shiba out. Hitoa, get Kuramochi and Shiba outside and call the police and an ambulance too. Okay. Megari, Kanade, open all the windows. We gotta ventilate quick. Roger. Director, is she? She must have been Kuramochi's wife. Her face has signs of livor mortis. It's too late. Yagumo drags the progress bar back and clicks the play button again. Director, is she? She must have been Kuramochi's wife. Her face has signs of livor mortis. It's too late. Yagumo rewinds the scene where... Wait! Oh my god! Oh my... I see it! Oh my god! Oh my god! Manabe's necklace! Manabe's necklace, right? Are they actually connected? Is that not a continuity error? Remember how I was joking that, like, oh my god, Akari's necklace looks the same as Manabe's? Oh my god. Right? Am I onto something with that? Oh my god. Oh my god. I had to get up out of my chair out of that one. Oh my god. Was I actually onto something about that? Yagumo reruns the scene where they discovered Akari Kuramochi's body over and over again, and after a few dozen times... Yagumo exclaims in surprise and closes the video program. What the hell am I doing? Doing something like this for inspiration makes me no different than Yugo. Yagumo scrubs his... Okay, never mind. No, but am I onto something with that? I get that, like, that necklace was supposedly bought, but it's like, it's the same fucking one that Manabe wears. There has to be something. Please. Don't hit me with continuity errors. I want actual facts. I'm trying to gather information. Let's go. Yagumo scrubs his face with his hand as if trying to shake something off, and then rises from his chair. Damn it. I thought he was going to discover that. Fuck, maybe I'm wrong about that. No, but it makes sense. Cuz then now we kind of know. I don't know. I get that the whole like necklace thing was like I guess the whole Kuramochi plot, but it's like the thing is, because again, this game does kind of like play into details. So then, like, why the heck would they use the same necklace design? If it wasn't the same necklace, why would they use the same necklace design? I don't want to play that off as like, oh, bad, like it's a continuity error, or it's just like bad, visuals. Because like this, I'm trying to gather facts, but it's hard to do so if like that truly was just some kind of weird continuity error. Because in the same sense, I think it might be because, like, in Manabe's profile picture, she doesn't have glasses. But throughout the whole game, she had glasses. So that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, unless maybe what they're getting at is Akari actually Manabe? I don't know. I think that seems way too more far-fetched, if you ask me. I don't know. I don't know. Anywho. Looking kind of depressed there, Chief. Mugari says this as she enters the reception room for a break. Having trouble with coming up with the plot? Yeah, I can't come up with anything. Scoping out locations with Hitoa gave me a good grasp of her personality, so I'm trying to think of a story that would bring out her charm. But... oh yeah, I hope it'll be like that. I think it'll be easier for Hitoa to get into the role that way too. Well, maybe you want some coffee for now. I'll get you a cup. Sure, thanks. Make it real bitter. Aye aye, sir. Mugari approaches the shelf and soon enough returns with a steaming cup of coffee. By the way, I gotta check something. The location scouting images that I uploaded to the server, did you erase the master folder on your PC too? Yeah. Good, then I saw it's gone from the server, but I wanted to check that you did it and that they weren't wiped because of some error or something. Yeah, it's cool. I erased the folder. Alrighty. Phew, what a relief. Having footage from real murder scene in the office really is creepy. Yeah, agreed. Yagumo speaks while sipping on his coffee, but his expression soon turns quizzical. Huh? This doesn't taste like our usual coffee. Really? That's the coffee we took from Sayama. Figured it'd be a waste to throw it out, so we may as well drink it. God, my voice kind of cracked a little bit there. I think I'm getting to that point. Hey, that's not right. We should give it back. You're gonna go back and give it to him? After yesterday? I mean, it'd still be awkward now, but we gotta properly put it back where it belongs. Besides, we need to ask him one more thing. I was too upset yesterday, so I forgot to ask. We can give it back to him when we go ask him later. I'm freaking like phlegm-filled and stuffy. I don't know why I keep getting sick. I guess not like sick, because like I feel fine. It's just it's like all in the voice, which sucks because like, you know, I'm voice acting and shit, so I'm gonna sound like bad even though it's like I'm fine, I'm ready to record, because I'm hoping this is actually gonna be the last one. As far as I'm aware, I think we have like 3 or 4 chapters left in this part. Or is it parts? This is chapter 5 part. Well, yeah, there's like 3 or 4 more parts, I think. So I'm hoping I can fit it all into this recording and we'll have this game wrapped up. It's been a freaking wild ride, let me tell you though. I was not ready to be wrong about everything. Oh, but see, okay, well, here's the thing about that. So, like, I wanted to bring it up. Like, now, granted, I mean, it doesn't make me any less stupid, because, like, I was pretty dumb. Like, realizing the whole, like, Rio thing was 10 years ago, and I thought that, like, Rio was Sakuya, that was pretty freaking dumb. I'm not gonna lie. That was one, and I was so, like, delusionally fixed that Rio was Sayaka, that, like, even when I showed up to, like, the dinner when we first actually met Sayaka, I was still like, damn it, I thought it was gonna be Rio. But like, the game clearly spins out to you that like, that happened 10 years ago. There's no way that could be Yagumo's sister. So like, I was pretty stupid for that. But as far as like the whole like Yugensai Kumashiro thing, because we now actually proved that there's multiple Yugensai Kumashiros. So I wasn't too far off in like trying to theorize and put like the prologue and the things together and like understand who's the real mastermind. Because usually when I play murder mysteries, that's the thing. I don't take a focal point. I like look at it from the whole story. And that was my issue. Because all the other chapters, like the killer was going to be within the chapter. Obviously you can't like not meet someone that is going to potentially be the killer. So that's how, like, I was able to get through most of the other chapters. Because, like, okay, it has to be someone that we've already met within this chapter that's going to be the killer. So, for chapter 4, in Yagumo's part, I didn't really take that into consideration, which is why I couldn't come to the conclusion that it was Tomine doing the killing for that chapter. Because I was focused on the whole Yugensai Kumashiro is the mastermind of the whole plot. And the fact that they did something to the 10-year-old film and got it shelved and all that. I was looking at the big picture. And to me, Tomine didn't fit the big picture, which is why I got it wrong there. Or I didn't realize it until they showed me him carrying Sakurai out in the bag. So that's just kind of my thought process. Because, like, for things like Danganronpa, for example, it's a lot easier to get through trials in that one because they do have you focus, they do make the focal point. It's like, no, solve the case of this murder. Don't focus on anything else, just solve this murder, and the game will progress. So it helped me a lot because it's like, okay, well now we just got to think of logical people to kill, who could kill this person, and not think about, like, the mastermind behind the plot. Because I'm not really going to say spoiler alert, but spoiler alert, if you haven't already, check out my Danganronpa V3 playthrough. If you don't want to be spoiled the content you want to see for yourself, or play it yourself, whatever you want to do. But obviously with Kaede and like Rintaro's trial, you think it's Kaede, like you think that you're playing as the killer, but really it was Tsumugi the whole time. She was the mastermind, and she actually clonked Rintaro and set it up to make it look like Kaede's attempted murder was the actual murder. So that's kind of like the difference of like focal point thinking it's Kaede versus mastermind overarching plot Tsumugi. Like Danganronpa does a good job of throughout each trial giving you that focal point of no, just solve the murder and you'll win. Because then the last chapter is going to be like, okay, now remember everything from the focal points of the other chapters and put it all together. So, like, I was just unable to do it for this game because it seems like there are plots that are hinting at the overarching plot, but they don't specify to, hey, make this focal point on solving this case right now. They don't really have, like, a focal point. It's kind of like you're learning about everything as you go, but you still got to solve that focal point. So that's, I don't know, it's just kind of like my spiel on it. I'm just trying to, like, I guess, make myself feel better that it's not entirely my stupidity, but in a sense it kind of really is my stupidity for not putting 2 and 2 together. I mean, I was able to solve some of the murders without, like, much hand-holding, but a lot of my theories were, pretty shot down, I would say. Anyway, let's get into it. Do we go to reception room? I don't know. I kind of forget what we were doing. We did just confront Sayama, right? Sayama and the whole yada yada yada. We found his fingerprints, and he was the one that he was contracted by Yugen-sai Kumashiro to move the decade-old films to the Capricious Hall and yada yada yada. So yeah, we kind of like uncovered the fact that I think at least most people in Shimane TV, like, prefecture or whatever is like fucking in on this whole plot, so, or at least partially in on it. Okay, alright, let's get into it. Yagumo speaks to Magari, who's on break in the reception room. By the way, Magari, I've got news. I got the deposit from Isagami for our pre-production funds this morning. For real? For real? For real? That's one less thing to worry about then. Honestly, I was worried you went broke after giving me my bonus. Well, it wasn't that bad, but I'll admit I was a bit anxious for a while there. With this, we can take the whole staff when we go to main location scouting. We can bring lighting and acoustics, too. I guess it's pretty different from a regular network drama, huh? They're all meticulous when it comes to managing and funding. No kidding. It's heaven on earth compared to making a low-budget horror DVD. The two of them deeply appreciate the blessings of work for a large client. God, thank God for getting paid, bro. Thank God for my paycheck. They visit Inspector Masawa of the Shimane Prefectural Police. Thankfully, both Inspector Masawa and Kashino are in today. Oh, is Kashino going to be upset that we lied to him about where Hitoa's hospital was? Hey, you guys lied to me. I'm never going to give you clues ever again. Did you know that Hitoa has her dogs out on her bed? Where? I need her. I need to see them toes. Honestly, on that front, me and Kashino are the same. Hey, Kashino already told me a bit about it, but I hear you're interested in the info on this Yugen-sai Kumashiro character. Yes, apparently he's after me for some reason. So if you can figure out who he is, please tell me. I see. Well, we don't know that yet, but for now, I'll tell you what we do know. Masawa, are you sure about this? I wouldn't be if it was all unrelated to this, but he was framed in the Tatsunome Shrine incident. We should tell him the bare minimum. Anyway, at the moment, the identity of Yugen-sai Kumashiro is completely unknown. Unknown? So that means Yugo wasn't him after all. Yes, from what he says, one day he suddenly got a mail from a so-called Kumashiro Yugen-sai, who had been instructing him on what to do since. Apparently, Yugo came up with the details of the incident, but pinning a crime on you was based on Yugen-sai's advice. We did check his phone, and we found a few mails that fit his testimony. Advice? That sham shaman pulled something like that? Damn it, who the hell is he? That's what we want to know. He's fixated on you. Any idea who might be out to get you like that? Of course not. I don't remember having that much blood with someone. Oh, so much bad blood. Because maybe now we got bad blood. But wouldn't tracing back whoever sent those mails be faster? Well, you see, we had that Community Safety Division's cybercrime section look into it, but it looks like Yugen-sai didn't use conventional means. I'm no expert on the topic, but apparently he used some kind of mail server that doesn't need authentication. Mail exploit, I think. Ever heard of it? No. Sounds like gibberish to me. Same here, and they explained it to me. Anyway, it means identifying the center is difficult. I see. Anything else, brother? Still, I can't help but feel that this Yugensai Kumashiro has some kind of reason to be this fixated with you. Do you really have no inkling as to someone who might fit that bill? If I did, I'd tell you. Believe me, being followed by a freak like this isn't fun. You say that, but it's not unusual for people to get others to develop grudges against them without even noticing. Yeah, but if I never noticed someone developed a grudge against me, how am I supposed to do anything about it? Yes, I suppose that's true. I'm assuming that might be it from him. Still can't believe it. So, someone else that might have a grudge on him. Do you think it's someone we do already know? Well, that can't be possible, right? Because it would have to have been before the decade-old film, correct? Or is it the fact that since Yagumo's looking into it, they're trying to keep him from uncovering the truth? So it could very well be someone we know. But no, because the shaman's been contacting him even before people started getting murdered. So it'd have to be someone from like well before all of this, correct? It couldn't be someone we knew, or at least like learned about throughout the game. Well, because I was wondering if like cases like Kamurochi or whatever play into a factor. Like, oh, you got me thrown in jail and I'm gonna stop you. But, like, I don't know, see how he could be twisted into the whole decade-old film. Obviously, whoever's pulling the strings, I feel like convinced all these people to commit the murders. Because obviously they were talking with everyone. So I'm assuming he probably, like, whispered sweet nothings into, like, Kuramochi's ear and said, hey, you should kill your wife. And whispered sweet nothings into, like, Tomine's ear and say, hey, you should kill director Max Yagumo and reclaim your glory for the Holy Land. Come on, let's take back the Holy Land. I know you want to take back the Holy Land. Yes, I do. For real. Yagumo is about to speak to Kishino, but quickly reconsiders and closes his mouth. I don't have anything in particular to ask him, do I? I'm better off asking Inspector Misawa so long as he's around. While that rude thought crosses Yagumo's mind, he stares at Kishino's face, who stares back at him with bewildered eyes. Okay. Alright, I'm assuming that's everything I can learn here. So I guess that's all the information we're going to learn from Tomine. I'm assuming that interaction was like that confirmation, that Tomine, we're not going to learn anything else from Tomine revealing secrets. We pretty much got everything wrapped up there. I guess let's see how the project's doing or whatever. Let's go to TV. Oh, it's poppin' all right, Maxie. Yagumo approaches the reception desk and asks for a meeting with Isogami. He then waits to be ushered in. Sayama used to be a part of the camera crew for Shimane TV. Isogami should have known that. They worked in the same station after all. It makes sense they know each other. But if he knew that he didn't tell me about it so far, might that mean he's hiding things from me too? I have to clarify that. As the thought crosses Yagumo's mind, the receptionist calls him and tells him he can enter now. Yagumo sits opposite of Isogami in the reception office. After exchanging greetings, he cuts right to the chase. Isogami, actually, I learned that Sayama was involved with the project 10 years ago. He was? With that project? I never knew. Isogami appears surprised, though Yagumo isn't sure how seriously he should take him. Yagumo presses him for answers while keeping his eyes fixed on his face, so as to not miss any change in his facial expressions. Apparently, Sayama worked here before as part of the camera crew, and that's how he was involved with the project. Really? Wow, I never knew. If that's the case, I wonder why he never told me. Remember when he pulled that trick to test you, Maxie? He didn't say anything at the time. Really? Well, apparently he left the project halfway through, so he probably didn't have to tell you much. Oh, so he left it halfway through. Well, even within the company, that project kind of became taboo topic. I don't really want to get involved with the past either. But don't you think making sure this project succeed is more important right now? Yes, you're right. Yes, I am. You should focus on the project rather than try to dig up the past, Maxie. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I'll put in my best effort. Good, I'm counting on you. Yagumo couldn't read anything from Isogami's expression except for what he said, and rose to his feet and with slumped shoulders. So it kind of sounds like he doesn't really know. Yagumo bows and leaves the room, realizing he just experienced just how stubborn those in the business can be. I guess let's go visit Hitoa? Or learn something else from the hospital? Yagumo visits Hitoa's hospital room, only to find her reading a magazine with a bored expression. Her face lights up upon seeing them. How are you feeling, Hitoa?
Oh, better. I'd love for them to get me home already, but the doctor says it's too soon.
Oh, well, you should listen to what the doctor says. We've still got the shooting ahead of us, you know.
Yeah, I'll do as the doctor says.
Wait, who brought you shit? Did Kashino actually find your... No, there's no way he'd be that nice. Ah! Magari screeches upon seeing the fruit basket sitting on the shelf. What's wrong? It's just... Magari points at the plate beneath the fruit basket with an expression of utter disgust. The plate has the words from Takayumi... Oh, yeah. God damn it, he did bring her fruits. Takayumi Kashino written on it. Did I say it? No, it's Takumi, right? Takumi Kashino written on it. Ugh. When did he... Wait, how did he know she's here to begin with? Scared. I'm scared.
Oh, Inspector Kashino visited me earlier and left this here. He said you two told him about it.
Yeah, I think we told him? Right. Hitoa looks puzzled as Yagumo and Magari laugh in stiff smiles. Yeah, they don't want her to realize he stalked her. Because we didn't tell him. We told him the wrong hospital, and he still found his way here, so he stalked her. That crazy lunatic. Huh? Wait, is this? Resting on the bedside table is an expensive flower basket.
Oh, Hashima came in this morning and gave it to me.
Monomi gave this to you.
Yes, she said it was from Director Ibuse. I was very grateful.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That kind of consideration is very much like Director Ibuse. I'm actually surprised he knew you were even hospitalized.
I did call the office about it. He probably heard it from them.
Ah, I gotcha. They're picking the actress this time based on Ibuse's suggestion, so they would contact him about that. Still, we should probably go thank him for this later. Yeah, totally. He's a veteran and our senior, so we gotta show him his due respect. That's crazy. On the bedside table, there are a few fashion magazines and a smartphone connected to a charger. Oh, right. You can use your smartphones in this room.
Yes, I checked with the nurse, and you can use a smartphone here.
Wait, can you not, use a smartphone in other hospital rooms? Why wouldn't you be able to use a smartphone? Was it, interfere with the machines? Damn, we his life support is hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Stop you hogging all the Wi-Fi. Grandpa's gonna die. No, for real, why would using a cell phone matter? What, you can't, I could see why if there's, no outlets available that you wouldn't be able to plug and charge your phone. Unplug Grandpa's life support so I can charge my Nintendo 3DS. That's a pog move right there. But, I could see that, but, what? Would, actually using the cell phone, disrupt systems in the hospital or something?
Though they did ask that we don't talk over the phone. It's boring here, so having a smartphone helps.
We could bring you a book or a movie to burn some time, if you want. Any preferences?
Let me think. You know what sounds like fun? Try picking something for me with your own taste.
My taste? Huh. I'd pass on that if I were you, Hitoa. This guy likes books with, pages that are all black and with macho men that go, nah, and all the time. come on, I wouldn't pick something like that for Hitoa. Really, though? Well, I bet whatever you pick is a total dud. Yeah, what's wrong with big macho men going, and, who put you on the planet? Actually, I won't deny, like, if it's something like Baki, I don't know. Baki's just so fucking... I've seen the memes from it, and it just seems like a wild-ass fucking anime, I'm not gonna lie. I've never personally seen it, so maybe I might be wrong about it. Maybe it might have an interesting story, but I don't know. I've just seen the scenes where, like, he gets pissed on, and, like... I don't know, they're like flexing their muscles and he like bends a spoon just by twirling it, and I don't know, I'm not really into the whole like, oh yeah, macho men for the sake of being macho. I that's just the vibe I get from it. I'm like, I'm not a big fan of like, oh, I'm like the main character of the story, I'm better than everyone else, I'm so freaking macho, but I'll remain humble because I'm so macho. It just, I don't know. Not a huge fan of it, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I've never seen it, but I've just seen like the memes from it and some takes on it. Anyway, what have you got to say, Hitoa? Do you have clothes and soap and the like, Hitoa? I'll go buy you some if you need it, so don't be shy.
I'm fine for now. I had all that ready when I came here, since I'd be traveling.
Well, that's good then. But wait, shouldn't your manager handle that? I haven't seen him around.
The office I work for is small, so they only have 2 managers. They're too busy to come here right now.
No one should be too fucking busy for you, Hitoa. That's fucked up. I'd fucking visit you if I was your manager across seas or some shit. Like, damn, that's kind of fucking horse shit. I'm not gonna lie, dude. What the hell? What? One of your stars gets hospitalized and you're too fucking busy to go, like, make sure she's okay? Whatever.
But they did say they'll show up once the shooting starts.
Oh, well, I guess your agency has its own considerations to make, so I probably shouldn't say too much. But that's pretty cold of them. Yeah, exactly. That's fucked up.
Well, yes.
It seemed Hitoa couldn't say much on the matter either. Her expression turns a bit bothered by Megari's words, and she simply replies with a vague smile. Don't worry, Hitoa, we're here for you. Megari speaks in admiration as she looks around the hospital room. But man, this is such a pretty hospital. It's like a really clean, high-class hotel.
The nurses say it's because the hospital moved to a new building 3 years ago. Apparently it's just these rooms. The whole place looks new.
Wow, I mean, I don't have anything to do with this hospital, so I didn't know. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Welp, guess that's all we can do here. I guess off we go to Mihonoseki. Yagumo sees Monomi walking along Ayoshidetami Road as if relishing every step. Monomi notices his presence and approaches with a smile. Oh, hey Monomi, out for a walk?
Yes, I haven't had much time to relax since coming here. Director Ibuse shut away working on the plot, so I'm trying to make the most of my free time.
Monomi cracks an impish smile as she says that, leaving a different impression from her usual demeanor of a devoted secretary.
What are you doing here, Yagumo? If you have business with the director Ibuse, I don't think he'll be back anytime soon.
Oh, no, we just have the flowers you gave Hitoa. Oh, we just saw the flowers you gave Hitoa when we visited her, so I thought we should thank him for that.
Oh, that.
Monomi chuckles and smiles.
You don't have to worry about that. I happened to hear that Miss Amakata had decided to visit on her own. I happened to hear about Miss Amakata and decided to visit on her on my own. I would just put her, honestly. I think it's excessive to put too many words. I don't think you really need the visit on my own.
You're just kind of like almost making redundant words, and it kind of jumbles up sentences. You can get your point across just by saying, decided to visit her on my own. And decided to visit her on my own. Huh? Wait, so director Ibuse doesn't know about this? Well, when he's focused on writing scenarios or plots, he shuts himself away from the outside world. I deal with his matters when that happens. I guess you know him long enough to understand those parts of him, though. You call it long, but I've only been working with him for around 3 years. Oh, that means that when I met you in the Asian Film Convention, you only just started working with him. Yes, before I handled non-linear editing for another company, just like Magari. Ain't no fucking way. Everyone's in on it. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way, dude. I will say though, they better not pull like a fucking like trick where they're just like, oh man, this whole time we were just joking with you, Max. We were just playing with you. You just happened to walk into some random murders and we took advantage of that and made some weird ploy that we shelved this project and yada yada. There can't be though, because with Sayama saying that like the woman in the original film with the truck and stuff, that the fact that she actually got hit and killed, like there's got to be some kind of plot. And like there wouldn't be like all these murder sprees and this Yugensai Kumashiro like whispering sweet nothings into all these people's ears telling them to like do evil deeds if there wasn't some kind of major plot. But still, it seems like all of Shimane TV was in on this damn project. Like, what the hell? Ah, so that's why back in Yotsuno you helped me with the audio analysis software. Yes, I figured it'd be hard to use the way it is right after you download it. So I got some plugins. Was it helpful? It was so user-friendly. I was able to make it work right off the bat. But I never knew you did non-linear editing. Your career and position right now is the same as mine. And that's about where the similarities end. You thought we're nothing alike besides that, didn't you? Sometimes you make me wonder if you're actually some kind of mind reader. I can mostly tell what's going on through your head, director, because your brain is simple. You've really got no filter, do you? Monomi chuckles as she watches the two bicker as always, smiling as if to say this is a heartwarming sight. I guess it's time to go back to the archive center. It's like the only place we really haven't been. Except for when we confronted Sayama. As always, Sayama sits in the front of his desk, sipping coffee. His expression, do we give him his pot back? His expression stiffens upon seeing Yagumo and Magari. What do you want? Do you need anything else after what happened yesterday? No, we just came here to put this back where it belongs. Yagumo says and takes the, we're just returning it now. Well, how did he make coffee before then? Yagumo says and takes the instant coffee jar from his bag. There it is. I'm done with it, so I figured I should just give it back. This is what you're here for? You didn't have to go through the trouble for that. No, we're not thieves. We gotta do what's right. You say that, but there's less of it. We drank a bit of it. Sorry. Good grief. Well, I don't mind that. Sayama's lips curl upwards at Magari's confession and lets the tension drain from his body. Not letting that moment pass him by, Yagumo addresses him with a sharp tone. Sayama, you watched the rest of the film, right? Magari jolts at Yagumo's exclamation and Sayama freezes in place. What are you... I got too upset yesterday and forgot to ask you about it. But let me ask you one more time. Sayama, you should have watched the rest of the pilot film. Am I right? Don't play dumb. There was nothing suspicious about the films I found in the Capricious Hall. Then why did you tell me to give up on looking for the films? It's because the rest of the films hold some kind of secret, and you don't want me to see it, do you? Sayama, I want to find out the truth at all costs. Please stop feigning ignorance and tell me. You'll regret it. It'd be better than knowing nothing and having to live with the doubts weighing down on me. I'm ready for the truth. Is the film hidden somewhere here? Sayama falls silent for a moment, but after confirming that Yagumo's eyes, which are gazing straight at him, didn't waver in the slightest, he lets out a heavy sigh and parts his lips to speak. Oh, dude, we actually gonna get the next part? Yes, I saw it. I saw the third film. I knew it. I knew it. But when we talked yesterday, I didn't lie, because as soon as I finished watching it, I burned the film. Huh? You burned it? But why? Its contents were far too disturbing. I believe that the world was better off with the film gone. Why? Wasn't it filmed and put on the market? No, the third film was never released to the market to begin with, and then the project ended. It wasn't released to the market? Wait! Oh my god, is that how the prologue links? Oh my fucking god, is that how it links? Is the third film a video of that person jumping off the building? Is it? As soon as I make this link, it's gonna make sense. Please, that is the last link. I need to know how the prologue links and everything will make sense. I still don't see how it does. That is the only theory I have right now, is that this third film contains that person's attempted or actual suicide. But why would that be more grotesque than what we saw, like, Kana's murder and, like, Seiji's? Well, I guess those weren't really too bad. I mean, Seiji just got shot in the back with a freaking arrow, and Kosaku, like, just died of a heart attack and drove into the wharf, so I'm sure he really didn't have. And Kana wasn't, like, too badly messed up, because she just suffocated in the... Yeah, I guess you're right. None of, Ryo's cases were that gruesome. Because I would say the most gruesome case we had was the last one, where, like, Tomine was killing and, like, dissecting and freezing all those bodies. Like, that was pretty freaking wild. And I could imagine that someone jumping from a building, they're gonna splat on the concrete. It's gonna look pretty bad. Not gonna lie. They're gonna have, like, limbs in other directions. Their body's gonna be half crushed. There's gonna be blood everywhere. Their organs might be spilling out. Yeah, so I can imagine to be a pretty bad sight. But even still, like, it's nothing different than, like, I mean, they technically filmed dead bodies in the other one. So, like, why would it be different here? I don't know. I think I'm far off on that theory, but that's right now the only, like, context clue I've been given. Wait, so how did you even watch it? 10 years ago, about 6 months after the project was suspended. I was contacted by my predecessor, the supervisor of the archive center at the time. He said there were films relating to this project and that the havoc would ensure if they leaked to the public. He asked me to buy them off of him. At the same time, I was a freelancer after resigning from Shimane TV, but I knew the old supervisor, and he called me for advice on what to do. So, that's where you got the films. Yes, and when we watched those films together, the two of us were shocked and mortified. After all, I don't know who did it or how, but someone from the upper brass supplied the money, and after buying them, we burned the films. Just who? Who was the person who contacted you? Are they in contact with you? They are. I don't know what line of work they're currently in, but they look like a thug now. His name is Ito. Saikyo Ito. Dude, literally everyone we know was in cahoots on this. What the hell is going on? Is everyone but the director a bad person? What is going on? Saikyo Ito? Isn't that the one from the Suwano incident? Yes, I was surprised when I saw his name on the newspaper, a name from 10 years ago appearing as soon as the project started. What does this mean? This is a coincidence, right? I told you already, that film is cursed. You're better off forgetting about it. And you have no intention of saying what it is in it, do you? Forget about it. That's all I can say. Sayama purses his lips and looks up to the ceiling in what was perhaps a show of his intent not to say anything more. Yagumo and Magari had nothing more to ask him and leave the archive center. Dude, everyone was in on it. Everyone was literally in on this shit. Oh my god. As soon as we link that prologue, it's all gonna make sense. Because at this point now, everyone... Because it makes sense now, because that's obviously the Suwano incident. So that's how that case and the sweet nothings that were whispered into their ears happened. So obviously there's some mastermind who got in touch with all the people that could potentially be related to this case. They did their murders and yada yada yada. So like there's like the link there. So as soon as we link the prologue and uncover why this person's doing these things, why these projects are being shelved, that's freaking it. That's like the last solid piece of evidence. Just tell me how the prologue links and we are good to go. Just what was that in the end? I don't know. How did Saikyo Ito even get his hands on the films? Judging from what Sayama said, Saikyo Ito was involved with the project. Oh, well, if he was involved with the project, that explains how Sayama knows him. But that just leaves the question of what? We have to go talk to Sawano. We have to go talk to the city? Wait, who is Sawano? Dude, I forget. Is Sawano an actual person? I thought Sawano was a place. We have to go talk to Sawano again and look into him. Righto. If we leave now, we should get there while it's still light out. The two nod at each other and sprint out of the office into the parking lot, making no attempt to hide how nervous and hurried they felt. I thought Suwano was a place, not a person. Why would we go talk to the... We're gonna talk to the city? Yes! Suwano is a place! What? We're gonna go talk to the whole city? What the fuck? That's crazy! I'm trying to think, what are they trying to get me... what was his voice? Oh, right. Oh, it's you. What are you two doing here? The incident already has been resolved, so you don't have anything to say anymore, right? Get out! Shoo! Shoo! As soon as he sees Yagumo Magari burst into the clinic, Hatayo grabs a bottle of table salt and starts sprinkling it at them. He kind of looks really spooked, and he's sprinkling enough to salt us like salmon. Magari speaks through a face full of table salt, prompting a response from Yagumo, who's covered in just as much salt. I wonder why. I don't recall doing anything to make him this jittery, or justify trusting us like salted salmon. No, it's obvious why. He's traumatized by how you pressed him for information last time. So, you know, greet him with a smile. A smile! A smile, huh? Abiding by Magari's advice, Yagumo produces the most admirable smile he can and manages to speak with a cheerful tone. Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you while you're busy. I just wanted to ask you a little something. So, if you could just give me a bit of your time... Whoa! I told you, the incident's over. I told you everything I know. What more could you want from me? Phew! Phew! It's salty! Hey, doctor, please, calm down. Listen, I just need to ask you a bit about Saikyo Ito. That's all I came here for. About Saikyo? Hitoa finally stops sprinkling salt in them, and Yagumo clears his throat dryly. If I recall, you were classmates with Saikyo Ito. Yes, I was. Did you keep in touch after graduating? Even a little. After graduation? No, we hardly stayed in touch. At best, Saikyo would tell me how he's been doing from time to time. Right. Did you ever mention working in film? Maybe mention he knew someone working in film. Anything like that? Film, you say. Oh, you say. Yes, he said he found work at a film development company in Tokyo. She could also explain, because wasn't he taking pictures for that journalist guy? Could explain why he's, like, also kind of, like, good with a camera, or at least filming stuff. A film developing firm? Or, I mean, like, he develops the right, because Saikyo, he helps develop, like, the pictures into the magazine and stuff. So he was, like, the film reel, like, creator, like, developer, like, the actual film developing. Yes, I don't know the details too much. Does that count as film related? It does. It does! It totally does! Can you tell us about that in more detail? Please? In more detail? He worked in a small film developing firm after graduating, but it went out of business after just 2 years. So he only started working as a magazine writer. I don't really know, but that was his job for the last 3 years. When the firm went under, he worked at Mitsui in the night business for some time, but once that work went under too, he became a writer next. Is that right? By the way, do you know what the film development firm was called? I don't know much. I might have asked, but it's been a long time ago, so I don't remember. Right. Still, that was very informative. Thank you very much. Yes, well, if that's all you needed, that's good. Now go on. Leave. Goodbye. Farewell. Yes. What the fuck? What was that noise? Jesus Christ, that scared me a little. Hearing Hatoya Wait. Oh, hearing Hatoya, right, because I forgot they're close in names. Hearing Hatoya close the door tight behind them, Yagumo and Magari go out in the street. That was him closing the door? It sounded like someone, like, freaking ran a bulldozer through someone's house. It even got in my hair. Just like the powder you were using earlier. Director, this shit bussin'. Magari uses her hands to rustle her hair, shaking out all the salt that got into it. We did get something out of that, though. If Saikyo Ito worked at film development firm, it would explain how he got the films. So the film was brought to his company to be developed. Wait, was Magari saying that the whole time? Shit. Yeah, which means the film he had was a copy he had given the master copy to the client, after all. Which means the master copy is still out there somewhere. Exactly. Now we have a reason to meet Saikyo Ito and ask him about it. Wasn't he in, like, prison now? Yeah, but what are we gonna do with him when we meet him? He's already in the slammer. 21 days after an arrest, persecuted defendants are taken into custody, which means he should have been transferred to prison already. It looks like asking Inspector Masawa is our best option. Right. It'll be a bit of a walk, but let's go back to Matsui. Roger that. Well, I'm assuming that means they want me to... Let's just go back then. I don't think we really need to do anything else here. Unless I'm missing like a Shimoneko sighting at this point. What can you do? Masawa and Kishino meet Yagumo and Magari in one of the station's rooms. Inspector, about the Suwano case. About Saikyo Ito. Why bring that up all of a sudden? I just want to speak to him for a little bit. Can you arrange that? Well, he's currently held up at prison, so you could apply for a meeting and visit him. But what for? Well, he can't very well tell Masawa his true intentions now. With that thought in mind, Yagumo decided to come up with some innocuous excuse. It's supposed to be a, like, innocent excuse. Well, as you already know, a lot happened between him and us. I just want to know how he's feeling right now. He seems Masawa didn't accept Yagumo's explanation at face value. He gazes at Yagumo's face fixedly as if trying to discern something. Fine then, he's still in custody under our jurisdiction, so he's still at the Suwano police station. I'll let him know about you, so whenever you're ready to speak with him, just head over there. Thank you very much, I appreciate it. Except... Huh? Except if you learn something from that visit, report it to me. Yugensai Kumashiro is still at large, after all. Understood. Thanks, brother. Masawa, you actually became such a cool dude when you actually wanted to help and save my life. What do we gotta do? What do we gotta do? Oh wait, it's in did he say he was in Suwano? I'm freaking stupid. My bad. I thought he said talk to him, but oh my god, I'm so fucking stupid, bro. I turned into a zombie there for a second. You have 30 minutes of visit time. Refrain from any needless whispering and hitting the partition board. Yagumo is briefed alone by one of the Suwano police station's officers and enters the visiting room. Before long, the door to the back of the room opens and a tanned Saikyo Ito with his hair cut short enters the room. Didn't imagine you'd come to see me. I'm giving him like a southern accent now. Not like we knew each other all that well. Hey, don't say that. I just wanted to talk to you for a bit. Have this. A gift. Weekly magazine? Ito flips through the magazine Yagumo handed him, but soon raises his voice bitterly. Hey, the cover says there's a swimsuit DVD bonus to the magazine. Where is it? Oh, I'm not allowed to give you DVDs. The officer from earlier took it away. Fine. Whatever. Damn, we just gave him like a nudie mag? That's crazy. The dissatisfied grumble showed just how starved he was for simulation. Ito switched to a page with a picture of a girl in an exposing bikini. Your hairstyle's changed quite a lot. My lawyer said I might improve the judge's impression of me. I just did what I had to, I guess. But forget that. What are you here for? We don't have time for idle banter. Just say what you want. Though, if it's the incident you want to ask about, I already said everything in the investigation. I'm not here to talk about the Suwano case, but about 10 years ago. Huh? I mean, I'm here to talk about the films you sold to Shimane TV. What? A crack runs through his brazen attitude for the first time since the visit started. Yagumo carefully notices the change and continues speaking. I know you were working at the film development firm at the time. The films were probably brought there for development, right? Who brought them? You. Why do you care about that? I want to know the truth behind why the project from 10 years ago was suspended. Just answer me. Who brought in those films? I don't know. I'm not playing dumb here. I really don't know. I wasn't brought in as an official legal order. It wasn't ordered legally? Yeah, I just happened to find those films when I worked for the firm. With a normal order, there'd be a tag with the order details on it. But for some reason, there were films without a tag sitting around. And that's the ones you're talking about. It dawned on me that whoever ordered this was probably ordered from above to do it in secret. In which case, it was probably incriminating stuff. So I figured I'd use it to make some good money. So I copied it in secret and sold it off. A copy. So the master copy is somewhere else. Should be. That said, the firm went under, so I don't know where it might be now. Right. Yagumo thought he was out of hints about the film's whereabouts again. He falls silent, his face full of disappointment. Ito looks at him, and the vicious smile overtakes his features. Hey, what if I told you I still have a digital copy of it? What? Are you serious? Yeah. See ya. You see, the sum they offered for the film was so high I panicked. I made a backup copy for insurance to keep myself safe, just in case. And where is it now? There's a place called Kasuga Hen in Shimane's Kasuga town, on the shelf of room 201. I rented that room separately from my house for business reasons. I doubt the police searched that place. Can I go take it? Sure, I don't mind. Except, I'd recommend you don't deal with that stuff anymore. What do you mean? Did you watch the film? I did. And that's why I'm telling you. You're better off living without having seen that thing. Someone else told me the same thing. What the hell was on that film? Why do you all say that? It's like I told you. You're better off not knowing. See me? See me? Watching that thing drove me to murder. Huh? Wait, you mean, what does that have to do with... It's got everything to do with it. Sure, there were moments I wanted to choke the life out of Seiya, but still, I just didn't like that guy. That's all. I didn't want to straight up kill him, but that mail. Don't tell me that's... One day I started getting emails from someone. Thought it was a prank at first, but then the mail started hinting that whoever wrote them knew about 10 years ago. Started threatening me, and then he sent me the method for killing Seiya and Akari. Hey, was that mail sent from Yugensai Kumashiro? Yeah, that was their name. And if I didn't get involved with that film, I wouldn't have gotten that goddamn mail. Just as Yagumo is about to ask him further, the police officer taps Ito on the shoulder. Saikyo Ito, your visit time is over. Wait, Ito, did he make you commit... Look at me now! I danced to that stupid email's tune, and where did it land me? Little by little, he threatened, seduced, and manipulated me. And if you know about that guy, you better be careful too. Ito, hurry up and get out. Just forget about all this. Forget about that film if you don't want to end up like me. If you watch it, you'll be cursed too. Yeah! This way, just get out. The officer drags Ito out of the visiting room, but his maniac laughter still echoes in Yagumo's ears. Okay, so now it's starting to make sense in that regard. So, here's the thing. I'm wondering if my theory about the whole whoever jumped from that building was someone close to whoever this Yugensai Kumashiro is. And now, obviously, them jumping from the roof was probably on this third film. So now anyone who watches it, they're taking their revenge as like a sort of like a justification for like, oh, you just stood there idly by watching this person commit suicide and die and bleed out on the concrete. So like, you're gonna get punished if you do the same thing. If you're someone who tries to dig up the truth and watch this film and see this scene and do nothing about it, you're gonna get punished for it. And this Yugensai, whoever this Yugensai Kumashiro is threatening these people, making them commit murder. That is probably the most logical thing I can come to at this point. Again, it might not be T to T, but it links the prologue, it links everything else. So, like I said, unless my theory about the prologue is wrong, that's like my solid, has to be the plot. Now, I still wouldn't be able to give you a solid answer as to who I think, like, the actual Yugensai Kumashiro is. I still have, I don't know. That to me, I don't know if I'll figure it out, because it just, thinking on all the characters because I can't even tell you if it's someone we've already known. I mean, I assume it would be, because most murder mysteries, it's someone you know. It'd be bullshit if the killer ended up being someone you didn't know. Usually with murder mysteries, it's someone you at least heard about or have known at some point. Or at least, like, get to know at some point. Because it wouldn't really make for an interesting twist if it's like you reveal the mask of the actual true mastermind and it's like, oh my god, it's this guy we don't even know. I would have never guessed it. Like, murder mysteries have to give you the option to guess it. So I'm still assuming that whoever Yugensai Kumashiro is someone we have met either in Ryo's story or in Yagumo's story. But obviously, because they're pursuing Yagumo because Yagumo's trying to get his hands on that third film and watch it. So Yugensai Kumashiro is obviously going to threaten him into murder like he'd done for everyone prior. But since Yagumo still hasn't seen it yet, he's not going to go overboard and manipulate him. But I don't know. It's just hard to imagine who that could be at this point. I'm going to stand by and say it's someone we know. It's someone we have met within the game. Whoever it is. But I have no context clues as to who it could be. My guess, it'd probably be someone we barely know. But then again, I don't know. It would also, I would assume it'd have to be someone older, would it not? You know, it could be Abuse. I mean, I know Abuse gets holed up writing his shit. But like the fact that I don't know. I take into consideration people who have been away for a long time, because you could be committing evil deeds behind everyone's back if you're out. Yes. And the fact that all of Shimane TV is in on it at this point, they could just be lying about director Abuse's attempts. I don't know. But like that, I mean, I know it's a far-fetched theory, but I gotta believe whoever is doing all of this is someone we have met and known. It'd be a bigger plot twist if it was someone we frequently met versus someone we barely met, but I told you already, that film is cursed. You're better off forgetting about it. Forget about it. That's all I can say. Just forget about all this! Forget about that film if you don't want to end up like me! If you watch it, you'll be cursed too! Yeah! Yeah! I'm sorry, I didn't want to like go guns blazing again on a second time. The first laugh hurt my throat, I'm not gonna lie. I really went balls deep on that. Goddamn. I mean, they said maniac laughter, so that's pretty maniac to me. Phew. The following morning, Yagumo sits in front of the PC in his room and heaves a deep sigh. After the meeting with Saikyo Ito, he returned to his room and tried to get some progress on the plot for the project. But Sayama and Ito's words kept spinning in his mind, and he couldn't get even a lick of work in before dozing off. Yagumo opens the master folder with a vacant expression and clicks on the file. What he saw there was the Capricious Hall's living room, when the party led by Inspector Misawa and Magari came in to rescue him. The shaking of the screen makes it clear just how tense that moment was, and within that scene, he caught glimpses of the corpses plastered to the living room wall, like a sacrifice. Yagumo stares at the scene absent-mindedly, repeatedly playing the scene. Suddenly, he's jolted by the sound of his phone's ringtone. This is a mail from Sakuya. God, don't give me a heart attack. Subject, big news. From Sakuya. Dear brother, Director Yamagishi is coming to the Oki Islands, to Nishinoshima, is that how you say it? Nishinoshima. And can you believe this? Tomorrow, the veteran actor Shiricho Funakoshi, god damn it, there's so many Shiricho Funakoshi will be joining us. Let's go! Let's go. Shirishi Funakoshi, a big talent they called the Emperor of Suspense. So he'll be working with director Yamagishi. Shiricho Funakoshi. Yagumo had been leaning back against the backrest, but sits up with a jolt and heartily plays the pilot film. Right, Shiricho Funakoshi was Mamba's actor in the pilot film. He was there on the set. He should know something about the film. Yagumo hurriedly composes a mail asking his sister to arrange him a meeting with Shirishi Funakoshi and raises from his seat. Oh my god, it didn't occur to me that this was all just like a fucking scheme. Like these people didn't actually commit. Oh my god. Dude, am I stupid? I am genuinely stupid. So these weren't actual murders. This was all stage play. So the third film, oh my god, that's why the third film got burned, because it was an actual death. And I believe it was the person committing suicide. Right? It has to be. That's how I'm thinking they're linking the prologue. So none of these people actually died, except maybe Kosaka. I mean, it sounded like he really did have a heart attack and drove into the wharf. So this was all acting, right? None of these people actually died. This is all acting. So like even like Kana and Hiroko and like, right? That's what I'm getting from him saying that Mamba was the detective actor. Which makes sense, because, I mean, this whole thing was... now that I think about it, it makes sense, because them filming this shit... Because, like, in Yagumo's case, like, they had a lot of guilt, because those were actual, like, people killed. Like, they were filming dead bodies. But it makes sense, like, why it's okay for, like, Rio and Manabe to be filming this, because it's all just acting. Also, it makes sense why there's a freaking camera angle like this on display, because wouldn't Manabe be the one actually shooting this? But, like, if you could see her in the image, then where the hell did this camera come from? Anyway, I'm not going to try and talk about, like, continuity errors and stuff like that, or some weird editing thing, but them mentioning that Mamba was, like, a stage actor leads me to believe that all this was just faked. Besides, I'm assuming whatever the third film actually had. Because the third film seems to be like it actually had people dying, which is why they burned it and shelved the project. Yagumo hurriedly composes a mail asking his sister to arrange him a meeting with Shiricho Funakoshi and raises from his seat. He goes out of the reception room where he runs into Magari, who had just come out of work. Morning, director. You're here early. Yeah, I want to get started as soon as the proprietary company starts working. Oh, that place with Saikyo Ito's workroom? Magari replies to his words in a somewhat bitter tone. What's wrong? You sound like you're disgusted by that. I'm not disgusted. I'm just kind of scared. Scared? Scared of what? I mean, Sayama said you're better off not seeing it, and Ito said the same thing when you saw him yesterday too, right? It feels like something bad will happen if you watch it. I have a bad feeling about this. I can't go back after coming this far. I'm not planning on stopping this investigation. Yeah, I figured you'd say that. But still, Yagumo checks his watch, slightly annoyed by Magari's half-hearted attitude. It's past 10. Contact the company. Magari, do it. Magari reaches for her smartphone bitterly. Yes. Then we'll be in front of Kasuga Haim. Yes. Thank you very much. I made an appointment. We're supposed to meet with the company's representative in an hour. Right. I'll go take a shower, so you go get the car. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm assuming we got a path to Matsui. The path to Matsui. My oh my, I was surprised. All of a sudden he just gets arrested, and on murder charges at that. I just wish he could cancel his contract already. The representative starts complaining as soon as they meet him. Yagumo simply smiles wryly as they head towards Kasuga Hain. So, what are you here for today? Oh, we were asked to deliver some personal articles to Mr. Ito in prison, technical manuals and the like from his office. In that case, next time you visit him, could you ask him to consent to the contract being void and the disposal of his belongings? For now, his rent is being paid through direct debit, and who's to say how long that'll last? And besides, you shouldn't have to pay rent needlessly. Alright, I'll let him know. We'd appreciate it. Now, here's the spare key. Thank you. I'll go in then. Yagumo soon went back to the front of the apartment building where Magari and the representative were waiting. Apparently, he did find something, because the bag in his hands was swollen. Wait, what? The bag in his hands was swollen? What? I'm assuming he found something, and the bag he was carrying is now filled, is what they mean. So they're saying, apparently he found something because the bag in his hands was filled. I wouldn't say swollen. I don't know. I guess it's kind of like a writing thing, but swollen to me is more like a word for like more of like a hurt, like a disease, like getting hurt, or like a disease, infection, whatever. You know? Like it puffs up because like you received some kind of damage or infection, and now it's puffed out because of some bad thing, like some kind of rash or whatever appearing. I would have just said like something like filled. Anyway, I'm not the writer. Whatever. The sentence threw me off because they used swollen for filled. I don't really think those words are synonyms, is what I'm saying, but I guess maybe they are. Did you find it? Yagumo nodded curtly at Magari. The two thanked the representative and parted ways from him, setting forth with stern faces. Oh god, is this it? Are we freaking doing this? Dude, I'm scared. I'm actually, dude, my toes are curled. Are you kidding me? I kind of want to know if my theory was right, but also, like, if it's not, how gruesome is this going to be? Yagumo enters the editing room, connects the hard disk he retrieved from the apartment to the PC, and prepares to play the footage. I'm really scared now. Are you really gonna watch this? You can leave the room if you don't want to see it. I'll watch it alone. Fine. I feel like if I don't watch it, imagining what's in there is just gonna scare me more. I'll watch it too. Magari opens the dark disks folder and searches for the file that seems like it might be what they're looking for. Thankfully, there was only one video file in the hard disk, and it didn't take long to find it. The file size is pretty small. I don't think the video is an hour, or even 30 minutes long. Well, the project was suspended halfway through, so it probably just cuts off at some point. Right, that makes sense. Alright, I'm hitting play. Go on. Oh my god, dude, I'm scared. I'm so fucking scared. Magari clicks the play button with a nervous expression. That moment, garbled footage flashes across the screen for a while before the protagonists Ryo and Manabe walk across the forest road. Just like the last two films they saw, the pair bantered over trivial matters as they walk calmly together. Nothing looks different from the rest so far. As the two watch the monitor, the scenes seem to change without any coherent order. All of them seem to be scenes where Ryo and Manabe are the only people on the screen. I guess the production prioritized shooting all the scenes with the protagonists first. Maybe the movie got suspended before they shot the scenes with the rest of the cast. Or maybe the movie got suspended before they shot the scenes with the rest of the cast. Probably. Ah! Ah! I'm assuming it was them on screen that did that. What? Ah! An abnormal scream rises from the monitor, prompting Yagumo and Magari to jolt in place. Inside the monitor, they see a woman who acted the role of Manabe pinned under a fallen lighting stand. Not Manabe! As the camera shakes in panic, they can hear... Oh, actually, that doesn't even look that bad. The camera shakes in a panic, and they hear what sounds like the voices of the recording staff. No! Hey, hurry up! We have to get this off her now! What are you doing? Hurry up, you idiots! The staff hurried to Manabe's actress without regarding for the fact that she's on camera. The woman's neck was in contact with the top... Wait! No fucking way! She's Akira! Or Akari! She's Akari! Remember she got the burn on her shoulder? No fucking way, I was right! That's how the necklace links! Oh my god! Oh my god! She's Akari! I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it! I was right about it! That's how she got the burn! The woman's neck was in contact with the toppled lighting stand with faint white smoke rising from where it came in contact with her skin. Ah! That's awful! This isn't a scene. This isn't fake! That's the real deal footage of an actual incident. That's what it looks like. Oh my fucking god! I freaking knew it! I knew the necklace was... I knew it! I knew it wasn't a continuity error! Why would they put the same freaking necklace in the shot? And that's her burn. That's the burn she got on the shoulder. It wasn't from a frying pan accident or whatever the fuck they were talking about. It was from a film accident. And that's why they look similar. That's why they're both hot ladies. God damn, I freaking knew it. Eventually, the screen, which remained as disorderly as before, blacks out. Silence settles over the editing room. So that's the truth behind why the project was suspended? That lighting stand was an HMI lamp for indoor use. That thing falling on her and touching your skin directly could cause severe injuries. However, Yagumo looks down at the PC monitor again. Megari follows his gaze and looks at the monitor too, immediately realizing what he was about to say. It's blacked out, but it's still playing. There's still 5 minutes worth of data left. Yeah. The pair watched the blacked out screen for a while longer. I'll try scrolling ahead. But just as Megari says this and reaches for the mouse, the image on the monitor changes. Suddenly, the scenery changes to a perpetuous cliff. Walking along it is a woman clad in a white dress. That's Rio's actress, right? The sight of the woman walking along the cliff under the moonlight, her white dress fluttering about, has a certain mysterious grace to it. Rio eventually stands at the tip of the cliff and then turns around to look at the camera. Her lips move slightly, forming a few words. And the next moment... What? All too softly, as if trying to leap into a road that extends off the cliff's edge, the actress jumps off. What was she thinking? What was she trying to convey? Leaving behind only a tragic, somehow forlorn smile behind, the woman disappears below the cliff. Is it too late to say that she's psychic? Motherfucker, she dead. But no, am I right? A car, it has to be. Because that explains the burn, and explains the necklace, and explains why Manabe looks like Akari. Because I think they're the same freaking person. But why did Rio kill herself? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I still don't get it. That, just now, that was a fake, right, director? Megari turns to face Yagumo in blank amazement, but upon seeing his face, Megari feels the breath clog in her throat. Director? This isn't fake. Huh? Yagumo covers his face with his hands, just barely managing to cough out the words through his clenched jaws. That's real footage of how she committed suicide. Real footage? This is... She committed suicide 10 years ago. That's my older sister! I need a moment. I'm sorry. So I was right. I was literally, I was wrong, but I was right. Literally, I was wrong, but I was right. So Rio is actually related to Yagumo, just not in the sense that it was his younger sister, it was his older sister. So, I'm at a loss for words, dude. Honestly, the developers of this game, Kodokawa Games, hands down, holy shit, this is a phenomenal story. I'm not gonna lie. And honestly, I feel so giddy inside. You do not know how happy it makes me feel that, like, my theory wasn't too far-fetched now. So I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid in the fact that the context clues made sense. Since they had synesthesia and they said it was freaking, family genetic related, it would explain why Yagumo has it. And besides, they do kind of look similar anyway, so I was wrong in thinking that was his younger sister on stage, but it's actually his older sister who killed herself. So then what? I'm confused as to, so this was the big thing. This was the big thing that people were like, oh no, don't watch it, Yagumo. But like, wouldn't he know about, because if that's his actual sister, he would know about this. So like, I'm so lost as to why, how is this, how does that link? If this was the big bad, like, oh, watching the third film, well, we're going to come after you. This Yugensai Kumashiro is going to come after you and make you freaking kill someone and drive you insane. Are they really going to say that this film is fucking haunted and that the spirit of Yagumo's older sister is, like, making people kill people? Why would she do that? The spirit of mystery. The spirit of murder mystery. But also, I'm just shocked and appalled as well that, like, this whole time we didn't get the fact that Yagumo did he ever, I don't remember, my memory might not be serving as well as anyone else who might have just recently watched the prior episodes or has a better memory than me. Did Yagumo ever mention throughout the game he had an older sister? Because I would have never linked this. The fact that I couldn't link it that Rio was his younger sister, I thought the theory was out. But I just had it in the wrong, like, I just had it kind of reversed in a sense, that it's actually his older sister that you played as. But then, that leads me to believe, how the fuck, wouldn't he have noted, because now that I think about it, remember all the tapes she left in the Capricious Hall? Wouldn't he recognize his sister's handwriting? I mean, like, that's your sister. If that truly is, if Rio is your older sister, wouldn't you recognize some mannerisms about her? Wouldn't you recognize wouldn't you recognize her on screen? Wait, this is why I'm so fucking lost. Like this, you've been watching these films. How would you not know that that's, wait, I'm actually lost. Did I miss something? How would you just now realize that Rio is your older sister after she killed herself? Did you not know your older sister? Were you born after she had died? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't remember him ever bringing up an older sister. And if he did he mention something that's like, well, I never knew my older sister because she died before. Dude. What? Damn it. What? Why is this? Yagumo sobbed, holding his face in his hands as if trying to scratch it off. And Magari can do nothing but watch him dumbfounded. So, but the person who they jumped from a building, did they not? Because I would almost think that Rio was then the body that jumped, but like she jumped from a cliff that looked like it was near a beach, right? Whereas in the prologue, it showed a person jumping from a building in the middle of a city. At this point, we gotta trudge forward, man. We are getting so close, I think, to the end and the conclusion of this game. I'm so mind baffled, but at least I can safely say I'm not as stupid as I thought I was, and my theories were not so far-fetched. But it honestly drives more questions into my mind, because Yagumo watched the other films. Why didn't he bring anything up then? That the fact that on screen was his older fucking sister. Studio Yagumo's reception office. Magari can't bear to stay in the editing room, so she decides to sort the receipts for their... I literally just said receipts. I did the foolish... You fool! You put the P in there! Receipts for their location scouting. Phew. Okay, next. Megari stretches to relax and then checks the time on her smartphone. It's been 4 hours since they watched the film. The director hasn't left the room at all. I don't know what to do either. Megari heaves a small sigh and reaches for her coffee mug. But then... Megari! The Oki Islands! We're going to the Oki Islands! Yagumo vigorously opens the door and bursts into the reception office. Whoa! Don't surprise me like that! We're going to the Oki Islands. Arrange for a ferry right now. Wait, why the Oki Islands all of a sudden? That cliff. I knew it was familiar from somewhere, so I looked it up while trying to remember, and I found a place that looks like a match. That's probably the Metagani Cliff in the Oki Islands. That means all the other places we saw there must have been in the Oki Islands. Huh? So you want to go and confirm that's the place? The question is, who shot that video? If we can find some trace of it on the Oki Islands, we might be able to find out who that was. Right. There weren't any more flights today, so we can go tomorrow. Let's call Kanaide over too. Kanaide, too? So we're location scouting? Sure. The ferry's fee's pretty expensive though, so since we're traveling, let's make it part of the location scouting then. Whoa! You cheapskate! Despite her quipping, Megari looks somehow cheerful. Is it just the atmosphere? Or... Megari couldn't tell, but seeing Yagumo go back to his old self was incredibly reassuring. Alright, I'll order us tickets online. What about Hitoa? I don't know if she's good to leave the hospital yet, so she probably can't come. Right, about Hitoa. Even if she were out of the hospital, I wouldn't want her to exert herself for a while, but leaving without telling her anything would be cold of us. I'll drop by the hospital and let her know. That sounds good. Alright, let me see. Megari fiddles with her smartphone, searching for something. Oh my god, dude, I keep burping. I'm so sorry. Probably the ferry's times, and then looks up. It leaves 9 a.m. from port 7, so we should gather here at 7 a.m. Alright, let Kanaide know too. Roger.